Since 2003, Gaylord Palms has been hosting an event called ICE. At this event, they bring in over 2 million pounds of ice and 40 ice sculptors to transform blocks of ice into realistic characters. They do different designs. This year at Gaylord Palms, it is a Charlie Brown Christmas, which I saw back in 2016 and was very excited to come back and see again. Before we talk a little bit more about Charlie Brown, let me tell you a few facts about the ice sculptures. So as I said, it's over 2 million pounds of ice, and it will take them 6 weeks to transform blocks of ice into the mini sculptures of Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Linus, and into a 2-story tall ice slide. Some of the sculptures can reach 30 feet, and they're created using chainsaws, chisels, tongs, and handsaws to carefully sculpt each one of the characters. The colors are made by using colored ice, which is created by a chemist who mixes special food colorings along with crystal clear ice and colorful LED lights to bring the massive displays to life. There are 10 scenes throughout this exhibit, and something you might need to know is that it is 9 degrees in the room where the ice sculptures are kept, which at first feels extraordinarily cold when you first walk in. The first couple of rooms, because it has that 2-story ice slide, there's a lot of blowing air to keep the ice cold, but once you get to like the last 2 rooms, it gets a little bit more comfortable. It's not quite blowing on you as hard, so it doesn't feel as bad. But the initial walk-in, that 9 degrees is quite a force to feel. Now, as we stroll through the exhibit, let me tell you a little bit about A Charlie Brown Christmas. The A Charlie Brown Christmas TV special premiered back in 1965, and it is the second longest running Christmas special. It's probably pretty easy to guess what the first one is, and that would be Rudolph, and that came out in 1964. So Charlie Brown is right up there behind Rudolph as second longest running Christmas special. Now, the film breaks many of the rules of animated holiday specials. Charles Schulz was okay with breaking rules. In it, he has no laugh tracks, meaning if you're not prompted when to laugh by a laugh track, there are actual children who play the roles, not adults, which was very typical in that day. Their biblical references are used to illustrate the true meaning of Christmas, which would be shocking to find today, and was even shocking back then in 1965. When the A Charlie Brown Christmas came out, it won an Emmy for Outstanding Children's Program in 1966, and Charles Schulz said, "Charlie Brown is not used to winning, so we thank you." Poor Charlie Brown. He always is getting his kite stuck, and he has to go see Lucy for a pep talk. She's not really that encouraging, but he keeps going back and trying. Now, the production of A Charlie Brown Christmas actually ended just 10 days before the special premiered on television. They were definitely cutting it close to get the special out that year. Now, on the off chance that you are unfamiliar with A Charlie Brown Christmas, let me tell you who the characters are in this beloved Christmas film. We, of course, have the main character, Charlie Brown. We have his sister, Sally Brown, his dog, Snoopy. We have the brother and sister duo of Linus Van Pelt and his sister, Lucy. We have Schroeder, who loves his piano, mainly playing classical music, but he can be induced to play Jingle Bells. We have Frida. We have Peppermint Patty, her friend Marcy, and Pigpen, and there's also Violet. Are the main characters that we see throughout the film, but there are some other characters in as well, but these are the main people that we get to see. Now, the entire ice experience is a lot of fun because as you step into the 9 degrees that are ice, it feels like you're in the story. You have these lifelike sculptures that look exactly like Charlie Brown and his friends. You can see Charlie Brown's very sad face at the beginning until he finally finds this poor tree that is so unhappy and looks so sad. And then you hear Linus tell the true meaning of Christmas before you finally go and see Everyone's singing around this beautiful tree, and then you finally come at the very end of the exhibit. You come to this crystal clear glass which has the nativity scene with Mary and Joseph, the baby Jesus, and wise men and shepherds standing about with this. It's just so clear and crisp crystal glass. So it is a wonderful experience. It's very cold. It's very cold, but it is a wonderful experience. You are allowed to exit the exhibit for a few moments if you want, and then be able to go back in. But for filming purposes, we had to do that. We had to warm up a camera. It got a little bit too cold, and then be able to go back in. So don't feel like you have to rush through it. Go through it twice. Go through quickly one time, then come out, warm up a little bit, and then go back through if you so desire. But this is something that is great for kids, maybe not for little tiny ones. Gotta make sure they're bundled up really well. It will be very cold for them. But it is something that the whole family, if you've watched Charlie Brown, if you love Charlie Brown, there's places to take photos, and it's so much fun. So hopefully you and your family, you still have time this year to see a Charlie Brown Christmas at Gaylord Palms. But if not, make sure to be on the lookout next year. The ice displays change each year, and so next year it could be a Polar Express, it could be a Christmas Story, it could be the Grinch. It changes from each Gaylord resort each year, so be on the lookout for what is coming next year. If you're not a big fan of Charlie Brown, or if you just don't have time to go this year, make sure to check it out and see if you can visit in 2024. Thank you guys so much for watching this Ant on the Move video. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, leave them down in the comments below, and we will talk to you guys next time on the next Ant on the Move video.